What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another predicted lineup video for you guys, and we have got Manchester United at home in the league this weekend. 5:30 kickoff tomorrow night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it's a big game in terms of the future of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. People are dubbing it that El Sacico as well, but it really is a big game, and we need to get back on track, and it's going to be difficult this weekend because I'm expecting a big reaction from Man United this weekend.
Definitely, and it's definitely not going to be the same Man United performance as they played against Liverpool. We have to get that out of our minds. Can't go into this game thinking because they got battered by Liverpool, it's going to be a walkover, it's going to be an easy game. It's going to be anything but. I am genuinely worried with the talent Man United have at their disposal. If they decide, if they get their tactics right, they can be devastating. So we have to make sure we go in there with the right attitude. We match our intensity. We work super hard in the transitions to get into forward positions very quickly, and maybe if we do all those things correctly, and get the quality out of Kane, Son, and Lucas, we can come out with a result.
Yeah, definitely. But let's get into the team news. A couple of injury doubts going into this one, and what are they, Sim?
Yeah, so Sessegnon is the only one who's 100% out. He remains a few weeks away, Nuno said. And Brian Hill is having a late fitness test ahead of the game this weekend. It looked like he was holding his hamstring in the midweek game against Burnley. So I thought maybe it would be a couple of weeks, but it looks like he's made a quick turnaround. So hopefully he's available in the squad. Nuno went on to say that he'll make a judgment on the weekend whether Dele and Winks will be involved in the squad. He is yet to make a decision on that.
All right, well, let's get into the starting lineup, the predicted lineup, and it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation in goal. Obviously, Hugo Lloris, right back. It's a toss-up between Emerson and Tanganga. I mean, Tanganga didn't play on Wednesday night, so I thought that maybe that was signalling to Tanganga starting this weekend, but we have gone for Emerson, seeing as he's been the one, the main starter so far.
Yeah, and he said in his press conference how impressed he's been with Emerson's development in the right back position so far this season since coming into the side. And I think he had a good game on Wednesday night, so I think it would be silly at this point to drop him. And he just has a bit of physicality, and he adds that bit of composure on the ball, which Tanganga lacks, which obviously is important in the modern day fullback. So I think Emerson will start again.
Yeah, I just had a feeling maybe Tanganga might start just for his sheer aggression and physicality that he does have. And I think Man United, can be really strong on the wings with maybe Rashford or whoever's going to be there. They've got a host of talent on the wings. So look, it remains to be seen. Emerson didn't really impress me against West Ham, but did impress me against Burnley on Wednesday night. So we've gone for Emerson for argument's sake. But centre-back positions, the first centre-back, we're going to talk about Christian Romero. Obviously, he's been a standout player over the past couple of weeks, and like I keep saying, absolutely levels above and the best centre back we've got by some way.
Yeah, Nuno also was talking about him in his press conference, and he said that he's one of the players who really has felt the competition early on, but is really coming into his own now, and he's really starting to be that dominant centre-back we know he can be. And I think of late he's been brilliant. I've been really happy with his performances. So I think up against Ronaldo, he's going to have a tough time. We all know that, but with his aggression and his ability to anticipate, I think that could be the best kind of antidote to dealing with Ronaldo. To be fair, I think if you stand off Ronaldo, I'll give him too much respect. He can bang one in, but if Romero's on him like a rash the whole game, he could struggle.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously he does have previous against Ronaldo last year in Serie A as well. The next centre-back we're going to be talking about, Romero's partner, is going to be Eric Dyer, in our opinions, but it could very well easily be Davinson Sanchez as well, seeing as he's put in two really good performances in a row now.
He has, but I think Dyer, I think he's been playing fairly well in the league despite that own goal against Newcastle. Against West Ham, I thought he actually had a decent performance and was unlucky that we ended up conceding from a set piece, which he wasn't really near. It wasn't really his fault. So I think by and large he actually had a pretty good game against West Ham, and I think he offers a bit more on the ball than Sanchez, and he's a bit more comfortable on the left-hand side than Sanchez. So I think he's going to stick with him, but He's got to make sure he doesn't have any moments like the one when he fouls Pogba in the box and gives a penalty and things like that, because that could end up costing us. But hopefully it'll be mistake free. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we can cross our fingers anyway. And we're going to go for Reguilon at left back to make up the back four. Reguilon got a nice rest in midweek. He's a week rested, and to be fair, Reguilon has definitely been one of our better players this season.
Yeah, and he's going to have his work cut out, because it could be either Greenwood or Sancho up against him. Whoever it is, he's going to have to be on his game defensively to make sure that he's not allowing any crosses in the box, or he's not getting beaten. But the one positive thing about coming up against someone like Mason Greenwood is he could have a free run down that left-hand side if he's able to get forward, because I can't see Greenwood being the best at tracking back. So that could be definitely a positive.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's not too bad defensively though, is he?
Yes, but he could be occupied by Son, so you know what I mean. That opens up space.
Yeah.
So that could be positive, but we'll have to wait and see. But Reguilon definitely gets back in the team.
So let's run through that back line with you one more time. It's Hugo Lloris in goal, Emerson right back, Reguilon left back, Dyer and Romero in the centre back positions. First of the double pivot is going to be Ollie Skip. Absolutely stellar season so far, and in my opinion, it's no coincidence we've been battered in the 2 games where he hasn't featured or started in this season.
Yeah, and I think we're going to need his kind of solidity and his discipline in this game, because Bruno Fernandes, you know, if he gets a whiff of a shot from 25 yards or in and around the penalty area, it's got a very good chance of going in. We've seen that his goal output is ridiculous when you allow him time and space. It's quite frankly a joke. His passing as well. His passing ability is fantastic. So Skip's going to have to be very, very wary of that. And he's going to have to provide that solid base in the centre to allow Tottenham a platform to build on when we're moving forward. He's also going to have to be very crucial when dealing with McFred in the centre, getting those transitions and getting the ball very quickly to Son, Kane, and Ndombele and whatnot. So, yeah, look, I think he's had a great season for such a young player, and I'm looking forward to it continuing.
All right, and alongside him is obviously going to be Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and these two are really striking up a good partnership at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, it was interesting on Wednesday night. Spurs needed a goal. He took off Skip, he left Højbjerg on, and he put Lo Celso a bit further back, and almost immediately Tottenham scored and then dominated for the next 10 minutes. But then all of a sudden, after 10 minutes, Burnley started to put us under pressure. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nuno takes from that little period. But we think he's going to stick with Skip and Højbjerg, and they've provided a good partnership together. They're so crucial when we talk about how Spurs are in transitions. They're the ones usually who are winning the ball in the centre of the park and allowing us to attack in the transitions. So that is why we're going to need them in the team, because not only defensively, yes, they're not very good, maybe progressively, like going forward, passing between the lines when Man United are settled and stuff like that. But they're very good at nicking the ball in the centre of the park, getting the opposition unbalanced and creating openings, and that's what they are good at. And so we're going to need that in this game.
Yeah, and obviously I don't think it's any coincidence that with them two as a double pivot, whenever they've played as a double pivot together, we have looked fairly strong in the middle.
Yes.
So I think that's definitely a plus side, obviously, and I think that this is kind of the base that we need to move forward in. Romero needs to be playing consistently, and Højbjerg and Skip both need to be playing consistently as well. But let's move over to the number 10 toss-up between Lo Celso and Ndombele, but we have gone for Ndombele, seeing as obviously he was mostly rested on midweek, came on for the last 20 minutes, I think it was. Lo Celso, on the other hand, did play well on Wednesday night, but that was followed on from a poor performance on Thursday night. So we've gone for Ndombele because he's the kind of go-to at the moment. Yeah,
and I think he's the one who is providing that spark in the final third against West Ham. As much as I feel he could have done more, he was still the only one providing a little bit of magic to open things up. And the opportunities we did have, a lot of the good stuff was coming from Ndombele, and hopefully against McTominay and Fred, he can be the one to unlock the key there and get beyond them and provide a little bit of magic to open them up, and it's going to need that. So I think Ndombele has to be the one, but with a view to Lo Celso coming off the bench if need be.
Yeah, so that's a middle three of Skip, Højbjerg and Ndombele. On the right-hand side, we're going to be looking at, obviously, Lucas Moura. Really good showing from him on Wednesday night, coming on for the injured Brian Hill. And, we just need him to cause as much havoc as he can, pretty much.
Yeah, he has to start. So we got, look, to be honest, we don't have many options, let's be honest, in the front line. But Lucas, he was a bright spark on Wednesday against West Ham. He had a few moments, maybe could have done a bit more, but just like our other forward players. But he's a one who can open up space. That Lucas Moura with his dribbling ability, I would much rather actually Lucas probably up against one. I reckon Lucas could find it easier to beat Wan-Bissaka than Son could. I think that's something I would maybe take a look at, because at the moment, I think Son might struggle, but Lucas, he's so good at opening up space and dribbling into that space that he becomes a vital method of attack for us, just individually, even without pattern to play and all that. When you give it to Lucas, you know there's a chance he'll open up. It's just about, we all know it's about his decision making beyond that, but at least we know when Lucas is on the pitch, there's a chance that space can be created.
Yeah, so that's Lucas on the right. Up top is going to be Harry Kane, which obviously everyone calls for him to make a much better performance than he has been of late. And on the left-hand side is going to be obviously Heung-min Son. So what are your comments on Kane and Son? Any from you?
Yeah, I would say, as I was saying with Sonny on the left-hand side, he's going to be up against Wan-Bissaka, and he is going to have his work out for him, I think, because Wan-Bissaka, from an individual defending point of view, is very, very strong. He's very quick as well. So he's going to have to get behind him to really affect the game. I think if he get the ball in front of him, it's going to be hard for Son to either get beyond Wan-Bissaka or manoeuvre himself to get a shot. It's going to be difficult. So Son really needs to make sure that he's making those runs inside the channel, maybe inside Wan-Bissaka, in between Saka and either Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof or Varane, in that channel there to really catch out on United. Because if he's too far out wide, he could get lost in the game. When it comes to Harry Kane, he's going to be up against Harry Maguire, two players who are out of form at the moment. So it's all about who could be less out of form in this game. But I'm just hoping Harry Kane has a much better performance than he has been so far this season, because he's been a shadow of his former self, let's be honest. But, you know, he's only one good performance against Man United, hopefully, of turning that around. So let's hope that Harry Kane can show up this week. And it'll be interesting to see how he plays, because I feel like recently he's been playing a bit further up on the last shoulder a bit more recently. Whether he continues that against Man United, it'll be interesting. I would probably like him to drop a bit deeper to maybe create a few more overloads on Fred McTominay and have him spraying some passes around, because I feel like physically Maguire might get the better of him, but we'll see how it goes with Kane.
Yeah. All right, so let's run through that lineup with you one more time. So it's Hugo Lloris in goal, Emerson right back, Reguilon left back, Dyer and Romero in the centre back positions, Højbjerg and Skip in the double pivot, Ndombele in the number 10, Son on the left, Lucas on the right, and Kane up top. Let's have some predictions.
2-2.
2-2, Desmond. Yeah, I'm going for 2-1 to Spurs. I said 1-1 in my Predict the Prem video, but I am going to go for a win. I think that if we play our game, I do believe we can win this game. And I think that when you look at the big teams that have come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this season, Man City and Chelsea, I know we got battered in the second half of the Chelsea game, but I thought that first 45 minutes against Chelsea and that 90 minutes against Man City were probably our best moments of the season so far, albeit we did get battered in the second half against Chelsea. So I think Nuno's got a bit of a knack of playing these kind of teams. We've seen it against Wolves time and time again. They got the result. So let's see it for Spurs. And I want to see a big, hard performance from Spurs. I want to see an aggressive performance from Spurs. And I just want to see like the players care. And I want to see some good tactics from Nuno and some good in-game management from Nuno as well.
Not a lot. Not asking for a lot.
No, not asking for a lot. Just 3 points, please. And anyway, I want to know your predicted lineup. I want to know your predicted scorelines in the comment section below. Tomorrow, we've got the watch-along starting just 15 minutes before kickoff or before a 5:30 kickoff. And then the post-match fan show And obviously before the watch along is David's pre-match pump up, and me and my brother will be both at the game, and we'll be getting content sent through to you, all the action inside the ground as well
as it happens.
So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to be back in the stadium. Let's hope for 3 points. Let's hope for a good performance. We'll see you guys very soon. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.